twitch.tv slash SideQuesting TV.
SideQuesting TV. Let's see if this works. And it
TV
sure
slash
does. It sure does.
SideQuesting
Hey, everybody.
TV.
It is the SideQuest Live, and it's going to be a short one. It's going to be a short one. Thanks for watching SideQuest Live. That was it.
Good night, everybody. It's probably for the best.
Yeah, it's probably for the best.
I'm watching the stream, and it's running at about 2 frames a second.
Oh, shit. Maybe it's something on your end, because it's running fine on my end.
Let
me check on another PC. It's a little slower. It's okay. It's all right.
I'm going to quickly run a speed test.
Yeah, run that speed test. Yeah, it looks fine on both my computers.
Oh, your video just popped in Discord. I can see you now.
So it's got to be your side that's having issues. Welcome to Tech Support Talk with Dali and Erron. I'm Dali Demovsky. Joining me is Aaron's Scratty Bones Twitch affiliate, Kelly.
Hi. This was all an elaborate setup to brag about my internet speed, which is clocked in at 123 megabits down and 20 up.
Are you checking via Ookla?
Fuck no. No, all the ISPs pay those assholes.
Yeah, they do.
No, I was using, I think it's my dot speed test or something.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that one before, yeah.
Testmy.net.
Testmy.net, that's right. There you go. We are sponsored by Testmy.net this week. And
hey, man, if you want that brand deal.
We want that brand deal. As you could tell, it's the week between Christmas and New Year, which is, a couple days ago was Christmas here in the West, probably the whole world, actually, for the folks that celebrate it. And it means a lot of folks got games. I don't know if you got anything, Aaron, gaming-wise, but no.
Clothes.
Clothes, yeah.
I got this stylish robe.
Oh, that is dope. That is pretty fucking hot, dude. That's actually awesome.
That is the correct word to use it. It is so warm.
Yeah? Oh, dude, you can walk around the entire day with that thing on in your house.
I'm trying to figure out a way to get it to work.
That's sweet. That could be your shtick that saves your business.
Just be dressed up like Hugh Hefner every day.
That's it. And we sell robes and vape and bongs.
Hell yeah.
So my wife and I weren't going to get each other anything this year. That was kind of the deal since we bought this house. But I decided, you know what? I'm still going to get her something. Me being, the considerate husband. But I knew she wasn't going to really get me anything. So I've been buying games. Either way, I buy games this time of year because they're all on sale, the games that I missed throughout the year. And I've been chasing, I think I mentioned last week, I've been chasing those lower prices. So I'll buy a game. Whenever the price drops, I'll either get the price adjusted, or if they can't adjust it or price match it in another location, I'll buy it from a new place and return it at the old one unopened. Death Stranding is now the most expensive game I purchased this year at $34.99.
Nice.
With the My Best Buy discount, I got it for like $26, something like that. That's the most expensive game I got. I got the Trials or the Collection of Mana for Switch for like $14. I got Mortal Kombat 11 because I wanted a new Mortal Kombat game. I haven't played this one. I got that for $12, and I think I mentioned Control. Control was right before the season started, but I still got that one for like $35. Total spend for video games for me this holiday season was under $100, and I got like 5 relatively good modern games out of it. So I'm pretty happy with myself with my purchases. Now it's the time that I gotta actually start to play them, which I really haven't yet. This is like, it's been fucking busy.
You've got 4 days.
I got 4 days to knock these all out. I figure from here on out, it's gonna be playing one kind of big new game per day, just so I can kind of get into it. And I will say though, I don't have any real plans between now and New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve, we're going at nighttime to a friend's house, so I can play all fucking... In fact, I can start right now and just play video games nonstop until New Year's Eve at midnight. At 8 p.m., let's say. So bought a bunch of games. Oh, excuse me, I'm tired. Looking for... I don't know what it is. I'm tired at nighttime. That's strange. I think all humans are. But I've... haven't been playing a ton because we've been doing a lot of the family stuff since the last podcast. Did we record on a Friday last week as well?
Well, I wasn't here last week.
Oh, that's right. You weren't here. I think we did record on a Friday. I can remember.
I tapped out. I was dealing with just the worst day,
Oh yeah.
which dovetailed into like a pretty serious migraine.
Oof. Oof.
Yeah, I can tell that story.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I went into work that day, which I think, unless you put it off a day, was a Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
I got to work. Um, no, this would have been a Wednesday because I was coming off my day off.
Okay.
So I rolled into work, and I had done a bunch of like inventory orders for leading up to Christmas or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and they happened to show up the day before Christmas Eve. And I wasn't there. And then I got back to work, and my employee and the guy that owns the store, who doesn't know anything about the store, both decided that the best way to deal with the inventory was to look at the checklist, like the inventory sheet, find the item in the box, not check it off, not price tag it, and just put it somewhere.
Okay.
No, like just in the store, like no rhyme or reason, just set it out and go like, oh yeah, we saw it. It's like, all right, where is it? Oh, I don't remember where I put it. All right, how much is it? Oh, I don't know. So I just spend my entire day re-going through it, and it was three orders all showed up on the same day to stock up for Christmas, all over my fucking store. And I had to go and manually hunt down every single item and price check it. And it took my whole day. And by the end of it, I was so pissed off. I was so pissed off as soon as I realized what they did. And they could immediately tell that they both just went, we're going to leave the store now.
Oh, shit.
And they just did not come back in for the rest of the day.
Oops.
No, but I got to about, I think it was like 5 or 6 p.m. or something like that day. And that was when I tagged out. I was like, I can't do it.
That's totally fine.
I gotta go home, put a wet cloth over my eyes,
and just relax. Sometimes you just need to just zonk out and not care.
I don't get angry very often. It's rare enough that when I do, it's just like it's splitting headaches. Just compounds on itself. But you want a flip side to that story?
Sure. Yeah.
So I have a sister.
Mm-hmm.
She lives on the other side of the country. She and I don't talk.
Mm-hmm.
We have led very different lives. We don't really have anything in common.
Okay.
At all. So months ago, our mother posted on Facebook just randomly about some fucking like Lifetime Christmas movie that she had missed seeing, and she hadn't seen it on. She couldn't find it like on the upcoming guides or anything like that, and how she loved this movie and stuff. This was buried in a post she made, like just an offhanded mention along other stuff, which itself was buried in about 30 posts that day. Like, she uses Facebook a lot. So I go to my mother and my stepfather's for Christmas and give them their gifts. And she opens hers, and I bought her that movie. I found a copy of it.
Oh, wow.
It cost a lot of money because it's a Lifetime movie. Like, it's not like it's mass production.
Sure.
And she looks at it and starts laughing and walks over to her tree and points. My sister bought her the same movie.
Oh my god. Holy shit.
So now she has multiple copies of this fucking movie.
That's both awesome and hilarious and sad in the same.
She thought it was funny.
I think it's great. Actually, it's pretty funny.
She was way into it. She was way into it, but yeah.
Man, I'm all itchy. Well, I mean, great minds think alike. It reminds me of one year. My brother and I used to do themed presents because we could never think of what to get the other couple. So we do like these couples themed presents, and we would say, okay, this year it's going to be travel. So get something travel inspired. You know, top out at $50. Can't do more than that. You know, the next year was do something food inspired, do something wine inspired. We would just kind of agree on a theme, and that made it easier to select stuff because you can never kind of tell what somebody actually wants or needs. And so one year we said, let's do comedy. And I bought my brother this board game from What's that website that Will Ferrell started? That like comedy video website.
Hit record.
No,
No, that's
Still.
that's Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I don't know.
Um. Anyways, there was like this comedy video website. I can't. It's totally not. Whatever. Like
Funny or Die.
Funny or Die. There you go. And they had released this trivia game that looked kind of cool, kind of funny. I'm like, okay, I'll get this. I'll get a comedy CD, or I'll get a comedy video and a couple other things, and like a couple gag gifts too. Got all that. Handed my brother. He hands it back to me, and his gift to me, and it's a different size box. I'm like curious what's in it. We both tear the boxes open at the same time. We both got each other the same gift in like different style, just in different like we packed it in different boxes to make it not apparent. We got each
Nice.
other the same exact gift, and that was
Nice.
That was pretty awesome, pretty funny. So yeah, it's one of those things that you just kind of just kind of happens, I guess. So yeah. Any besides clothes? Anything besides that dope ass robe?
No, it was all clothes. It was straight up
Okay.
all clothes this year, which is great because I like clothes. But
Well, yeah. Anyway, so
no,
like, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say the real gift happened yesterday.
Which was the drinking?
Yeah. So I don't think I'm not sure if I've ever talked about it on the podcast before. My stepdad is Italian.
Okay.
He's first generation Canadian. His father is from Italy. He's Canadian, but he moved from Italy.
Sure.
So he does like all the like he still has the hardcore Italian accent. Like he still does like all the stereotypical traditional Italian things. Like he makes his own wine and stuff. And he makes his own wine every year. And everybody who attends the big family Christmas dinner that they have on Boxing Day, that's the day after Christmas for people listening that don't have Boxing Day, because apparently that's not a thing everywhere. But anyway, we do a big family dinner. It didn't happen last year, and this year we find out there's going to be like 25 people there. Not the whole family, but a decent chunk of people for one dinner. Nobody drinks his wine. I've been drinking it every year that I go there because I think it's really good, even though it's insanely alcoholic and kind of tastes like kerosene going down.
Okay.
But nobody really drinks his wine. He'll drink it. I drink it. My stepdad drinks it, but he doesn't drink at this dinner because he drives to like there and home, so he won't drink it because he doesn't want to get polluted. And one of my stepdad's nephews will drink it. And this year the nephews weren't going to be there. They're doing family stuff. One of them lives in Calgary, has a great job. The other one lives in Toronto, is an actor. They were both busy. They weren't going to be there. So we get there expecting 25 people, but it's going to be a relatively calm evening because the actor is the one who's very loud and gets everybody else kind of talking loud and like energized and stuff. So we're thinking, oh, it's going to be nice. So we get there. We're one of the first families there, and there's the actor. He's like, hey, I made it down. I caught a plane. Let's get drunk. All this stuff. So I'm like, all right, I guess this is happening. In the 10 or 15 years that I've been going to this thing, the guy who makes the wine has never realized that I drink the wine. So, I'll have a glass, maybe have a second glass, and then, I'm an inch away from drunk. That's how alcoholic this wine is. This year, he clued into the fact that I drank the wine. So every time my glass was empty, doesn't matter where I was in the house, all of a sudden I'd see this head peek around the corner, see my empty glass and go, hey, somebody get there and another drink. He wants another glass of wine. I'm like, Antonio, no, I'm good. Like, I got to pace myself. He's like, no, come on, have another glass. I'm like, all right, man, let's do it. So I was like 7, maybe 8 glasses of this wine in by the end of the night, barely able to stand up. Very loud, because of actor, because of the actor just keeping the energy through the roof. There's no babies there anymore. It's been like I've been going to this thing for so long that like everybody who had kids, like when they were infants, they are now like I think the youngest one's 8 and the oldest one of all the next generation of this family are like 14, 15. One of them's almost as tall as I am. Like shit like that. It's crazy, but yeah, so there were no screaming children, so it was just loud and drunk.
Oh, jeez.
And then I went back to work today.
And then you went back to work today. That's always going back to work with a hangover is fantastic, isn't it?
Oof. It it's a little less bad when you like when you're expecting it, when you're like, I'm making the decision right now that I'm gonna be making this poor decision tonight, knowing the consequences tomorrow. It's a little worse when you just set out to have like a quiet night and then it gets away from you and then you have a hangover.
When it gets away from you. Yeah,
Uh,
that's good.
which has happened. I've left work sick before. I'm not ashamed to admit it.
Yep, I've gone into work with a hangover. That was always. I think I went into work with a hangover the day after we did the drink along,
The Game Awards.
the game awards.
Yeah,
So.
I probably ended up.
Yeah.
I
Good
probably
times.
ended up hungover after that.
Good times. Yeah,
And then all those stories were to eat up time because there's no news and I haven't played anything.
yeah. I mean, I was looking for news, so there hasn't been anything. It's been a few like slight sales figures, but that's. I mean, nobody cares about Japanese sales figures at this moment.
Telltale's up to some shit nobody cares about.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about that last week with the Wolf Among Us 2, so I mean, that basically kind of covers that.
Yep.
Yeah, there really isn't a lot of news. What I was getting to with the story was I ended up buying all those games for myself, and I wrapped them on Christmas Eve. And Christmas morning, I told my wife, I'm like, see, I got you a gift, and by the way, you did get me a gift. I just kind of unwrapped the presents that I had wrapped myself, so kind of a cheating way to do Christmas gifts, but whatever, it works. I've been I've been nipping at more Ring Fit Adventure. I've got I think I tagged in today. I checked. I had 52 active days in that game, and
Nice.
I'm bummed because I've missed like a day here or a day there, and you get like extra bonuses and titles and achievements if you hit a certain amount of days in a row playing the game. And I always miss that one minute, that one day, which this week happened to be on Christmas Eve, I believe it was. So I was kind of bummed that I missed Christmas Eve, but whatever. Yeah, I've been let's see, chipping away at that. Pokemon's I've got a few badges in Pokemon now. I'm gonna rock through that thing, and then I'm actually really excited to get into Death Stranding and Control. I think I'm going to spend at least a day on each one of those. I kind of have my top. We've been talking about like the top five, our five favorite games of the year. Maybe we'll do that the next episode. Maybe we'll do like a bigger episode next week when everybody's sort of back into it, and we'll do like our favorite games of the year, and then
We can do ours. We can do ours right now.
We can kind of do ours right now. I sort of have my list, but I've got to work through it. But I'll let you go. I'll let you do it today, and then
I'll do mine today.
I can name a couple of mine, but yeah, go ahead.
I'll do mine because mine is mine is basically treat mine like jazz.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's the games that I don't mention that you have to really keep an eye on.
Sure.
Because it just seemed like this year every game I didn't play is like a game of the year contender for the most part.
Okay.
So here's my top five in no particular
Shoot,
order. I got Slay the Spire, which I'm pretty sure was on my list last year as an early access game. Now it's out. I've got Final Fantasy 14, even though I really didn't like this expansion because it's still my favorite MMO. That sets the tone for the rest of this list, really. I've got The Outer Worlds, which I didn't really like, but it played very well.
Okay.
And I like that style of game. I got Death Stranding, which not really a game. I like the story, but gameplay-wise, you just kind of walk around and deliver packages. And I've got Untitled Goose Game because I like that goose.
The Untitled Goose Game is one that I'm tempted to throw that on my list just because you could be an asshole goose. But for sure on my list right now, I have, let's see, I'm like scrolling through a couple of my things right now. Come on. I have Tetris 99 because I put a ton of fucking hours into that just playing online. It was the first sort of real battle royale shtick thing that hooked me because it's super easy and it's Tetris and it's a blast. And then Astral Chain on the Switch. People aren't really talking about that game all that much, but that's a Platinum Games jam for the Switch. Also a really fucking good game. I really like that game. So yeah, those are two that I'm really sort of digging. But I've got to find find the
You
list
gotta
of
find the
other.
rest.
I gotta find my rest. I'm like,
I'm
I
look.
have
I'm looking.
like 10. I'm trying to like weigh the pluses and minuses like in my head of a few of these. Zach's list might go up either today or tomorrow morning. I'm writing my list tomorrow, so that'll be up this weekend. But yeah, it was.
I had to struggle for mine.
Yeah.
Like it was just like out of everything that came out this year,
Uh-huh.
I saw probably 10 games that I would have put on a list had I played them.
Okay.
But like out of the games that I played, like that this is it, man. Like I had to reach. I'm comparing it to my list from last year.
Okay.
Man, last year was a hell of a year.
Yeah, it was,
Yep.
dude. Last year was
Do you
awesome.
remember? Do you remember what my list from last year was?
I can pull it up real quick.
I'll read it out.
Okay.
It's just my list from last year was Monster Hunter, Far Cry 5,
Mm-hmm.
Dragon Quest 11, Marvel Spider-Man, and Eco.
Nice.
That is a powerhouse of a list.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. That is a good list.
Oh, I don't even. I gotta come up. I've got my list sitting here. It's literally the 5 games I read out. I don't have a blurb written for them yet because it's like I don't
Sure.
know how to not be mean to most of these.
You're like, they're a game and it works. It's a game and it works. It's a game and it works.
What can I say about Final Fantasy 14 other than I didn't play it past level 72? Hey, it's in my Game of the Year list.
I didn't put Super Smash Brothers because I think we talked about that towards the end of last year. So
That sounds right.
sounds about right. But yeah, but Astral Chain, Tetris 99. I'll probably put Luigi's Mansion on there because I do like it. I'm not putting Zelda Link's Awakening. I'm not putting. I like SteamWorld Quest a lot. I think you can find it at a bunch of the platforms, but I might not put that on there this year. It's sort of like a Slay the Spire light game. And since the game has been out, they actually updated and added a couple new modes and more stuff to it. But I haven't really played the new stuff, so I can only go by my initial review, which I really liked the game initially. But it's sort of a light RPG, I guess, more than anything else. But yeah, I think there's potential for a few more to sneak up on here. But I'm gonna go through my list, like I said, kind of finish things up today and write it tomorrow. Either I'll post it tomorrow evening or Sunday. But I know for a fact Tetris 99 is gonna be on there because it's just such a simple ass game, and it gets fucking competitive as hell. Those last, the last like 30 seconds of that game, when there's only like maybe 10 to 15 people left. I mean, it gets heated. It gets heated like crazy.
I liked. I've still never played that game because
Okay.
I don't have a
Yes,
Switch,
yeah.
but I really liked watching like streams and stuff of people play that game.
Dude, yeah.
But even more than that, I really liked watching the conversation build as the game was out for longer and people started to figure out how like the meta game worked.
Oh God, yeah, with the whole badges thing, and then
Yeah.
just those layers. Once you figure that out, you definitely sort of jump up a couple tiers in understanding how to play that. Because when I first started, it was just like keep trying to knock, just keep trying to get.
Just play Tetris.
Just play Tetris, and then you're like, well, I can only play Tetris. If you just play Tetris, you'll make it into the top 50. If you just play Tetris and you play it well. It's usually around that time frame that you really have to flip and start going after people and really try to not start knocking people out, because if you're just playing Tetris, then other people are attacking you, and that's not how you want to end up. It really is like it's light multiplayer action, but
well, it makes me laugh so hard because like the battle royale genre.
The idea.
Well, I mean, like that aside, like the battle royale genre, like took. Like, do you remember like a decade ago when kill stealing was like the worst offense a gamer could make?
Oh God, yeah, yep.
Like the battle royale genre like took that and made that like a
Make
thing.
it a game, yeah.
Like you just do that now, and then Tetris comes out and it's like, yeah, we're a battle royale, and it's like everybody's like, oh, it's so funny. But a week into it, everybody's like, you have to kill steal. You got to watch for when people are being attacked, and you have to get in there and get those kills.
Yep.
It's like it just makes me laugh so much.
It's good. Tetris 99. It's brilliantly designed, and it'll show up. They actually have it. They have a version on mobile, like Tetris Royale or something like that. But I don't think people have really been playing it all that much. But yeah, I will say one thing. I have been playing. I think the company's called Cubic Games. they did sort of an interesting promotion for the Switch. So they put out a bunch of games. They have it on Switch and a bunch of other platforms, PC. I think there's some PS4 games, but they did a Switch based promotion where if you download, they put one game out for free. If you download that game, then the next day you can download their second game for free. And they had 10 games, like the final 10 days before Christmas, from like December 16th or 15th onward or something. I think it was from the 15th to the 24th. Every day a different game would be free for their for out of their library, out of their published library, but only free if you had gotten the previous game for free, which you could only get if you got the previous game for free. So everybody had to get that first game for free. Well, people forget sometimes, they don't get a chance to log on, and it starts. I mean, you can actually get the games just through the web if you go to the browser, which is the way I was doing it. But people forget, and so that starts to kind of drop as it goes down the list. But it's a fantastic way to game the Nintendo's the eShop and other shops as well. I could see like app stores all around, PSN, all that kind of stuff doing this, because their games were the top 10 downloaded games for the entire month of December, because for like 2 weeks straight, because everybody was in on this promotion and they're downloading all these games. And if you weren't a part of the promotion, if you just logged on and saw the top games, you're paying like $4.99, $3.99, $5.99, $10.99, $9.99 for a game that everybody else is getting for free because you weren't in there. But
if you missed that first game, could you then buy it the next day and get the next one for free, or do you have to get it for free?
I think you had to get it for free. I think so. It was a really smart promotion. I mean, I did it for free, so I could be mistaken, but it kept people coming back to their website and the Switch, the eShop, to do this thing. And I thought it's actually kind of a brilliant way to really game the charts. Now all of a sudden you have the top quote unquote bought game. My brother did that for when he was I think his first App Store game that he put out, his Apple game. He put it out there for like $2.99. Back when that was like every game was like either $1.99 or $2.99. Most of them were $2.99. And not a ton of people bought it. I think he said he sold like, a few hundred copies on the App Store, and that's all he was kind of expecting. But then one day he decided to just go free to play for a day. He went free, and within 2 days he had 500,000 downloads. So within 48 hours of going free, he had 500,000 downloads of his game, because he was only doing a timed promotion. And then he said, well, shit, I'm just going to keep this free and put, really get the ads going in here, because, that's, people are much rather, they'll get this game for free and jack up my numbers. And he rose up the charts. At one point in the US, he was getting more downloads, I think, for that, like for like a month or whatever it was. More downloads than Facebook for his game, because of him going from paid to free, and then as a game that was jacking everything up. I think he has probably still has like around 1 million downloads of his game. I mean, this was like 7-8 years ago, so who knows if anyone's even playing it. But as a smart maneuver, and they did the same thing on Cubic Games did this on the eShop. So yeah, kudos to them. I'd love to see more companies do that, because it's an incentive for people to come back, really get your company's name out there, your studio's name out there, and then it ratchets them up the charts. And it's incredibly smart, because the promotion ends right at Christmas, when Christmas morning everybody's opening up their Switches and they're saying, what games can I download? Oh, look, these are the top 10 games. I'm going to buy these games, because everybody else obviously bought them. So it's really smart, a really ingenious way for them to they probably I'd be interested in chatting with them, but they probably made a shitload. I'll email them and see if I can find out, how that benefited them Christmas morning. But there you go. That's some way to do it. Maybe that's how we'll do our podcast.
Start charging for it,
and
then
start charging for it,
free.
and then release it for free, so jacks up the charts. But that's it. All I got story wise, news wise, game wise. That's it. That's all I got.
Yeah.
It's a slow week, but that's all right. It could be a short podcast. Just checking in with everybody. Hey, I do have a question. What's your 2020 gaming resolution? Do you have one?
Oh man.
Well, I'll lead in with mine while you're thinking. Now that I'm finally moved into this fucking house, anything else that I have to do is just kind of ticky-tacky stuff, just kind of putting a few things away here and there. Like, I gotta organize my books. I got to clean my office a little bit, but there's no moving. There's no connectivity issues anymore. My TVs are set up. My consoles are all set up. My goal is to get through a considerable chunk of my backlog this year. I want to get through, and by considerable chunk, I'm saying I want to get through 33% of my backlog this year, which doesn't seem like a lot, but when you have about 130 games in your backlog, if these are physical copies, then
Naturally.
then that's, that gets like 50, almost 50, 45 games right there. So yeah, that's my 2020 resolution. So I think I'm gonna try that.
I think it depends on the timing of the new consoles.
Okay. Oh yeah.
But assuming that those don't factor in, I think I'd like to get my hands on a VR headset finally.
Oh, dope. Yeah, I'd like to get one as well. Upgrade. I've been able to somewhat successfully plug my PSVR into my PC laptop, but this laptop's from like 2015, so it can handle the PSVR. But I want to get, and I use it I think on Steam a couple times. But I want to get an actual VR headset. But I need to get an actual PC that can handle it. So.
Yeah, I don't see that's the problem. I don't think I have a PC that can run one of the top end ones. But I mean, I could get a Quest.
Yeah, you can get a Quest. They do sell those all-in-one PCs, or not all-in, but they sell those like screenless. You can get a nice PC, I should say, not a non-laptop, but like a smaller PC that is perfectly capable of running VR for like under $1,000. So
yeah.
Like less. It's not even a tower. I guess you would even call it a tower. They're just like VR ready PCs. But I'm kind of tempted.
I don't. But it's more of a far-fetched resolution for me because I don't get my tax returns.
Oh, you don't get your tax returns?
No, I have well accrued significant student loans. So the government takes my tax returns and puts them towards those.
Okay.
So last year I filed my taxes and I was supposed to be getting like $1,300 or $1,500 back, and I got zero back.
Oh, and I went to the student loans.
Yep.
Damn. How long do you think it'd be paying off student loans?
Oh, forever.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Because they'll take so I owe across two different loans, provincial and federal. I think I owe like somewhere between 13 and 15,000.
Okay.
So they took that tax return, which is 1,500, and probably put it against the federal.
Oh.
But they would have done it all as a lump sum instead of splitting it over the year, which means they would have made one $1,500 payment onto that. But then it would have continued to accrue interest. So probably by the time this tax return, like this year's tax return goes around, it's back exactly where it started.
You're really just kind of chasing that interest now.
Yeah.
That sucks, dude.
Yep.
Yeah, I made it a point, like, I got real lucky and I don't want to say got real lucky, but I lived with my parents for like 5 years out of college and forced myself just so I could pay off my student loans. I don't know how much I had. I think it was like 10 or 11 grand. But instead of like renting a house or an apartment or anything, I lived with my parents and kind of bit the bullet there and put all my money into my student loans and knocked that shit out as best as I could. But I know not everybody can do that. So I
started doing that. Like there was when I took those loans out, I had two jobs. I had a paid writing gig, and I was working full time in the city, and then I lost both jobs at the same time.
Oh shit, that sucks.
And then I had, instead of being able to like seek new employment, I had to move home and take care of my grandmother because she was starting to get sick. So it was like that fucked me. So then I didn't have a payment on my student loans for like 7 or 8 years.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that'll prevent you from getting any VR headsets. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you can get something.
Anyway, that's why it's a resolution.
I'll
reach out to Valve.
Yeah, I'll reach out to Valve. My other resolution is to end this podcast so I can actually go play some games because I got nothing else going on tonight, so I'm kind of happy.
Have we even hit an hour?
We have not hit an hour. We haven't even hit 40 minutes.
Oh my god.
This is awesome. This is a good length for a podcast on a Friday evening between Christmas and New Year's. Right now we'd be like, what are your games of the year? We were going to do the game of the decade stuff. We kind of did that already. But I want to kind of expand on that a little more, but
Marvel Spider-Man.
What did we choose? We chose like, was it Minecraft that we chose, or I forget what game it was that we chose. Game of the day, or Skyrim. It was like one of those two, right?
Well, we argue between both, I think.
Yeah. That was actually a good you know what? We were the first ones to do that conversation, and now
Do you know why
everybody
that? Do you know why we had that conversation?
No.
Because I forgot to find any news.
Oh, that's right. Just like we did the resolutions this week. Perfect.
Yep.
All right, Sam, I'll let you go. Thanks, everybody, for watching the SideQuest live on this pre-New Year's, post-Christmas week. We'll see you guys and gals and animals and robots and droids on the next episode. Bye-bye. Adios. See ya. Oh, yeah, sidequesting.com. I should probably mention it. At Dali Demovsky. Where can we find you, Aaron?
You can find me at Scratty Bones on Twitch and Twitter. And you know you just called me Sam, right?
I just call you Sam. Oh, shit. I meant Aaron. It shows you how out of it I am right now. I haven't even started drinking tonight. That's kind of.
I was gonna riff on it and see if you caught it, but I don't remember what.
In my head, I said.
I don't.
It's funny because in my head I said Sam, and then as it's coming out, I'm like, oh, it's not Sam. I better say Aaron, and then Sam still came out.
Yep.
I caught myself in my head. Sam, no, it's Aaron. Sam. Okay. Thanks, Aaron.
Hey, are they finding wormholes in the Expanse now?
Yeah. Season 4 was all about wormholes.
I saw a preview that had like aliens and shit in it. I was like, what show is this? And then it's like season 5, The Expanse.
It's season 4. Yeah, it's awesome. I would, if you haven't watched season 4, friends and family, check that out. That's just good. And I just finished Mandalorian. That was an awesome ending to Mandalorian. That is good shit. You don't have that yet, do you?
I fell off halfway through episode 3.
Did you? Oh, it's that's kind of like episode 3 and 4 were slower, and then it starts to really pick back up. Like these last few episodes, there's some good shit. There's like 1 or 2 stinkers in there, but this last like 2 episodes were fantastic. So
does Baby Yoda finally talk?
No, but there's some good Star Wars canon is like called back to in these couple episodes. Good. They also did the thing. I gotta say the opening scene in this last episode, episode 8, is one of my favorite scenes in Star Wars history, I think, just from the humor that's built into the scene, and it's completely self-referential to the entire Star Wars universe. Like everything in the episode 4, 5, and 6, there's like this running gag that they completely reference, and it's just fantastic in this one. The whole without ruining it, it's worth watching this opening scene because they absolutely nail it. And it was Taika Waititi that directed it, so he's the guy that did Thor Ragnarok and a bunch of other good stuff.
What we do in the shadows.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, we'll see you guys. Bye-bye.